Welcome to Hypocrisy Now. I'm Rachel.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, and what do we tell? It doesn't seem like any more new people, but hopefully our
Well,
new
first of
people.
all, tell your friends, spread the word, and
Uh-huh.
then we might not be everyone's cup of tea, but we are surely someone's shot of tequila.
Shot of tequila.
Tink with your
Tink.
very
I
patriotic
know.
painted new shot glass. That's cute.
So we always want to start with some good news. We have 924 days, 19 hours, 2 minutes, and 28, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds left of this reign of terror. Sarah, how did I ruin your week?
Several ways. So thanks.
Anytime.
The Save Act,
Hmm.
voter fraud that doesn't exist. Um, then some several other things, this whole explosive diarrhea situation because these dumb fucks. What did they do? They like eradicated all these important things, and now Taco Bell is more responsible for human buttholes than the presidency.
They stopped monitoring foodborne illness. So, not completely, but they definitely scaled back. One, they fired over 20,000 USDA employees. So, yes, that is the face that needs to be made for the USDA. They are so responsible for so much of our food supply, and now they are gone. So they used to check for 8 pathogens in our foods. Now they check for two. Because of this, I'm assuming is why people are shitting their pants all over the Midwest.
The news is calling it explosive diarrhea.
I shouldn't laugh because I might shit my pants right now, but
I have no idea at any moment. But you normally it'd be like a
whew,
stomach bug causing intestinal distress or blah blah
yeah,
blah. And the
no, they
fact that
were
they're
like
like,
straight
you
up
don't
people
have
are shitting their pants.
explosive diarrhea. If there's a wall 20 feet from you, you're gonna hit it. Like that's crazy for the news. The thing I looked into the most was the Save Act.
Okay.
Um, God, he's such a bitch. He's such a just that, that because in theory, like, yeah, of course you want citizens voting for the country that they live in. Of course you don't want, like, I'm not going to fly to Japan and vote in their elections. Like, yeah, that all makes perfectly clear sense, right? I
Right.
don't have a dog in that fight. But that's not really how it's going to play out because I found what was the website? Vote.org,
Hmm.
Save Act. Um, and it really broke it down, like what the bill's trying to accomplish. Is this actually a problem? How do most people already register? What would change? What documents qualify? Um, like a lot of really, to me, very non-biased information, but it's nuts. It turns out it's not actually a problem, but they're making it a problem. Yeah. They're
What?
yeah, it's not actually a problem. So this says, is non-citizen voting actually a problem? The data says not at the scale that this bill implies.
Hmm.
Utah recently completed one of the most comprehensive citizenship reviews ever conducted at the state level, examining more than 2 million registered voters, which is a pretty big sample size. I mean, we can one day talk about like statistics and how bullshit they are because their sample size is like this big, but 2 million, that's just a pretty sizable amount of people. They found one confirmed instance of non-citizen registration and zero instances of non-citizen voting. So, federal data from U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services shows that just 0.04% of voter verification cases flags as potential non-citizens. And even within that small group, many had already provided proof of citizenship when they registered. So, not a problem. Do you know
Hmm.
like 0.04%? You have more like bug legs in your peanut butter, right? Like there's an acceptable amount of bugs that are in your pasta sauce, and like
Right.
that's an okay amount. It's probably over 0.04. So that seems like a pretty crazy, super tiny, non-relevant kind of deal. The bigger problem is that the documents that would actually, so everybody's going to have to do this, right? This is not new voters. This is important because the requirement applies at any time a voter updates their registration, including after moving, changing their name, or switching political parties. So millions of already registered Americans would need to comply, not just people registered for the first time. So that's kind of scary. So it would affect more people than you think because it's not who you might expect. It doesn't fall neatly along political or demographic lines. Who bears the real burden? Married women,
Hmm.
rural Americans, young and first time voters, low income Americans, people of color, military members and American abroad, and transgender Americans. So, like a shitload of fucking people. So, for example, married women, an estimated 69 million American women do not have a birth certificate that matches their current legal name. Under this bill, they would need to present both a birth certificate and a marriage certificate to establish their identity. And research shows that conservative and Republican leaning women are statistically more likely to have changed their surnames after marriage. So it's a lot.
Well, yes. And then, you know, needing to have more documentation. Like, how many people you know, have their birth certificate like laying around? You might have to get a copy of it. So this is why they're trying to fight and say that this is going to cause kind of like a poll tax,
Yeah.
because in order to get these documents, you have to come up with the money to get a passport, or
Yeah.
go
That
get
was the
your
other
birth
thing.
certificate, or go get, you
Yeah.
know, another marriage certificate, or
It broke
whatever that
down
looks like.
everything.
Yeah,
Yep. Absolutely.
it sucks if you can't afford to go get a passport or these things that you need. How else do you vote? I don't know, under this
It's
act.
so inherently, so I'm reading the statistic, and this is from vote.org. This is not some
Yeah,
liberal bullshit, but it
right,
says
right.
transgender Americans, an estimated 210 8 2 210 8,000 210800 transgendered Americans in states with existing voter ID laws already lacked IDs correctly reflecting their name or gender. So that's a big part of the population. 21 million Americans that are people of color lack ready access to documentary proof of citizenship. They're disproportionately represented. Half of Black Americans under 30 do not have ID with their current name and address. Many older Black Americans born during pre-civil rights era were never issued a birth certificate at all. Low-income Americans, because you need all these documents. And there was another one. Let's see. A passport costs a minimum of $165. A cheaper alternative accepted under the bill costs $65. A birth certificate costs 10 to 50. Replacing a lost naturalization card costs almost $1,400. And over 51% of Americans do not have a valid passport. So only 1 in 5 Americans with household incomes below 50,000 has one. Only 1 in 4 Americans without a college degree has one. So again, you got to point counterpoint. If you have access, if you have funds, if you have the means, if you have the documents, just be
Just go do this.
prepared.
Yeah.
Just be prepared.
Also,
Maybe it won't pass, and that would be rad, but he's trying to butt fuck it into all these
yeah.
other things.
Hmm.
So he's just
So it
trying to
will pass.
be sneaky. Yes. So you just really never know with this whole group because
Right.
they just kind of slide it in real sneaky like, and then just like our 401ks with Musk's bullshit, right?
Yep.
Like nothing is actually as transparent as it seems, unfortunately. So just be prepared,
Yeah. Look it up.
give it a quick
Figure it out.
goob.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
the best way.
So once again, the fear mongering, the trying to tell them it's the immigrants trying to take your vote. And
Do you think that's what they're doing? They're afraid that ICE is going to come, scoop them away, put them in a detention center, rape, murder, whatever. You think they're going to take the time out of their day to go vote?
yeah, no, they're not voting. They're not, and that's the other thing too. They were talking about this whole the housing act or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, immigrants are they're the reason there's not affordable housing." I'm fucking sorry. Do you think an illegal immigrant can go into the bank and get a fucking house, a loan for a house? No, no, they absolutely cannot. So who's fucking all of this over? I don't know. Probably these people who just come buy up all these houses and flip them and then make the rent astronomical or try to sell them for a huge profit and they give you a shitty house. It's not, the immigrants aren't the reason we can't have nice things. They are not the reason, but they are the scapegoat
Yeah.
along with black people and black women and apparently children.
Be prepared. Be prepared.
Yes, we save
I'm not
democracy.
saying buy into their game, but play the game
Play
because
the game.
that's,
We have to. At this
yes,
point, we
absolutely.
tried. I feel like Democrats tried to play nice and they were trying to be like 10 for 10, like da 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 da, don't want to step on any feathers. Fuck those feathers. We're ruffling them. We're giving them right back to them because that's the only way. We have to play their game. Every fucking, we didn't even talk about Mitch McConnell, but every little fucking thing he put into place and he did to destroy us, we're going to use those same fucking things to get back power because it is bullshit. We are being taken for everything we have,
Yep.
and there has to be a change. And more people are seeing this every day, but there's still those fucking people who support this goddamn asshole. And the problem is, most of them are surrounding him
Yep.
and they have all of the fucking power. If anybody tells you the reason you can't have nice things is because the Democrats, look who has all of the power right now. Sarah, with all of this going on, how do we save democracy?
Well, here's the truth, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
which obviously is the truth. But as far as it goes to voting, um, you got to be prepared. I mean, this is one of these things where we just got to try and beat them at their own game. So if you have access to these documents, if you have access to a passport, if your birth certificate exists and you don't have to call your mom for it, or if you do have to call your mom for it,
She
be,
probably would love a call. Call
yeah,
your
she
mom
probably would love a call. Call your mom.
and tell
Uh,
her about our podcast.
yeah, right. And tell her about our podcast. We said fuck way less times this podcast in particular.
I think
Not the other.
maybe, depending on how
Maybe
I
we need
slice
a
it.
we need like a little counter. Think.
Ding.
Um, but there's only so much we can do just sitting here digging our heels in, talking about how much it sucks. You kind of gotta play the game with them to fight the fight. So be prepared, make yourself available to vote, regardless of what the documentation is. Because if this passes, just being shitty about it and thinking it's stupid and it sucks, which it is and does, that's not going to matter.
Right.
So be prepared to point counterpoint, um, just to be able to represent the people that don't have that luxury or ability.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I still don't feel like this is going to pass because it's so unpopular, but
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
But something we talked about, regardless if it gets passed or not, go to vote.org and literally you can look up your voting status. You can see if you're registered, you can see where you're registered, you can see where you're supposed to go vote. And then it will probably also tell you the documentation you need.
Ah,
So yes, we save democracy by going to vote.org. But what is our main way to save democracy?
by doing this and just
I
voting.
mean, like, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick. And if you look, I love how you're standing so perfectly still, trying so hard. Like, not gonna move.
I
I'm
maintain
gonna
complete
get
stillness for like 4 seconds.
it. Like, I'm gonna get it.
I don't think I am. Every time
You
I
gotta
say
look
I
at
would
those
accept it,
settings.
clearly I haven't.
I know. Listen, it's our cliffhanger. That's what gets the people coming back.
Will she
My,
get it?
but our biggest way to save democracy is don't be a dick. As I like to
Yeah,
say.
don't be a dick. Just be
And if
nice
you
to
are a
people.
dick, pew pew.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Look. Hey.
Oh my gosh. Dang. All right. I need to
I
make
know.
just like little cardboard cutout hearts and like when I'll just throw them up and be like,
Yeah,
that's my
like
art hearts.